Rachel here. Excuse me. Whew, tickling my throat. I thought I would give you guys a quick update on what is going on with my foot. If you guys don't know, I'm not going to get into the whole story about it because that'll take too long. But if you want to know, if you didn't see my other video where I explain exactly what's going on, I will put an annotation for it, like right here-ish, and probably also a link below. That way you can get caught up on what's going on. But those of you that have seen my video, or at least know me and know what's going on, I want to give you an update. I went back to the podiatrist last week. They took more x-rays and did more examinations. The podiatrist did that thing with the tuning fork again, and oh my god, it still hurt, which is not a good sign. Although she said it seems like it's, I don't know if I've got another bone that's getting worse or just like, I don't know. She didn't do the entire foot, so, I don't think she quite hit the same spot she hit last time, because it probably would have acted the same, but the spot she hit was actually a little further over, and that hurt too, so I don't know. But according to her, and with the tuning fork thing and the x-rays, it's still damaged is what it is. But I did get my orthotics. Those came in, the ones they molded. They took a mold of both my feet and sent those in to a company that makes them, I guess. And then those came in, so they gave me those at my appointment, and I'm wearing them now. Hold on a second. I'll take off one of my shoes so you guys can see. These are the shoes I'm wearing. I just did a video showing off my shoe collection, and as I stated in that video, they're tennis shoes, which you guys know I hate wearing tennis shoes aside from like working out and other extreme cases. I hate wearing actual like shoes you would use to work out in as everyday footwear, but these are the shoes that they made my orthotics to fit tennis shoes just in general. I guess if I had a job where I wore like heels or stuff, dress shoes, they would create a different pair, I guess, for those shoes. But so these were actually made for tennis shoes, therefore I have to wear tennis shoes to wear the orthotics. But I will pull this one out so you can see what they look like. So this is what one of them looks like. This is the right foot. This is actually the first time I've ever really looked at it, to be perfectly honest with you. It looks an awful lot like the inserts you would buy at like the CVS or whatever, made by like Dr. Scholl's and companies like that. But these are actually these aren't one size fits all. I mean, these were made to fit my foot and my foot alone. So you can see the shape of it. If you look at it from the side, you can see, it's dips here, where the ball of the foot would be, comes up as you get into the arch, but the arch is not the same height on each side. This side, the outside is actually lower than the inside, and then it curves into where the heel goes, and there's quite a bit of dip actually where the heel goes, and then the orthotic itself on the underside. It's all flexible here, and then it's hard plastic there, and then it actually has like a heel to it, which is like really hard rubber. So that's the right one. The left one, I'm not going to take off my other shoe, just, the left one doesn't look exactly like this because my left foot is slightly different than my right, but that gives you an idea of what these look like. My insurance did pay for these. Apparently these are quite expensive if you had to pay for these out of pocket. I know other people that have gotten them and have said they cost like $300, $500, $600, I guess, depending on where you get them from or who makes them. So I'm not sure exactly how much these would actually cost me out of pocket, since my insurance covered them, thank goodness. But anyway, so I've got these. I had to take out the regular insert that was normally in the shoe and put this in its place. So it's a snug fit too. These are a lot thicker than, you know, the insert that would normally go in here, so, you know, the shoe fits a bit snugger now, you know, this way because of the extra material inside the shoe. But since these are the shoes that I normally wear to work, especially now that, you know, I've got the walking boot, these are the shoes that the orthotics are going into, and therefore I have to wear these, which is driving me a little nuts because I hate wearing tennis shoes. But doctor's orders, I have to wear these as much as possible to try and help my foot, and also this should help with my posture some, because I guess my posture is partially why I've had the injury in the first place, because both well, not the podiatrist, she didn't say, but my regular doctor, because I had my doctor's appointment with my regular doctor earlier this week for just, you know, checkup, but I also, you know, was letting her know about my visits to the podiatrist, and she's like, well, you know, a lot of people tend to favor one leg over the other for one reason or another. I do have my right leg is slightly longer than the left, which you know, affects my posture, obviously. She said, you know, if somebody favors one leg over the other, you may see an injury to just one side as opposed to both, because, you know, I said, you know, I don't understand why it's just one foot, not the other. She said, well, if you know, when you're standing, do you find yourself leaning to the right? And I'm like, well, yeah, I do. I tend to favor the right side with pretty much everything. I don't know if that's because I'm right-handed or because that leg's longer than the other, but I do tend to favor the right side. And she said that's probably why I'm only seeing the injuries in the right foot as opposed to both. And if you work and you know, work or do something that requires you to be on your feet a lot, that will slow down the recovery time, because it's been, you know, this is August 23rd, it's been almost, let's see, this happened Memorial Day weekend, so May, July, almost 3 months since the initial injury, the initial incident that got this whole thing going. And I'm not really getting any better yet. So that's why I'm wearing these, and I still have to wear the boot as much as possible. So, you know, if I'm at work or I'm out somewhere where, you know, my husband's driving, so I don't have to drive, I'm wearing the boot, which kind of bites because I really don't like wearing it. It's heavy. It makes, you know, my leg heavier. It's hot. It's just, it's not pleasant to wear at all, but, you know, I'm going to be a good patient and wear it. And, you know, when I'm wearing the boot, I'm wearing, you know, these shoes, obviously not both shoes with the boot, but I'm wearing the left shoe with the boot on the right leg. That way I've got the boot and the orthotic. So, at the very least, I got one orthotic going pretty much all the time. So, that's pretty much it for now. What else? So the tuning fork, the x-rays. She did say with the x-ray as well that the toe, because the big toe, the one that my husband pulled on, the toe, because I still can't bend it. You know, I can flex it like I showed you guys. I mean, I can flex it where the toe actually meets the foot, but I can't flex the toe in the middle of the digit. Still, it's still really stiff. She said that I don't know if it's the way I'm walking. I would assume it's probably the way I'm walking. But I guess when I walk, I'm putting pressure on the toe, and essentially, like, she said jamming. So it's almost like, you know, when I walk, you know, it's hitting the end of my shoe or whatever, and I'm constantly, you know, doing this to the toe, which is what caused the fractures in the first place. And then my husband just pulling on it, you know, was the, you know, the straw that broke the camel's back, for lack of a better term. But she said that that constant jamming of the toe is what's injuring it, and the lack of flexibility, she said that the toe is starting to look like it's developing arthritis, which that's not something you want to hear before you hit 30, is the term arthritis. And then when I, have my regular doctor, my checkup with my regular doctor, I mentioned this and the issues I'm still having with my hands because of the carpal tunnel, which I don't know if I mentioned the carpal tunnel on the videos or not. I know I posted about it on my blog. I don't really want to get into that, but real quickly, back in the beginning of the year, I was having trouble with my right hand. Stiffness, I was getting tingling, numbness, the hand was going cold, like my mom would, like, it would start to feel cold, and then, like my mom would grab my hand and she was like, oh my god, it feels like ice. So I had a bunch of tests done, and I went and saw an orthopedist, and he diagnosed me with carpal tunnel syndrome and cubital tunnel syndrome, which most people are familiar with carpal tunnel. It's the nerves in this part right here. They get pinched, which causes like the numbness and stuff, usually to the thumb and the forefinger, but I was having problems with the pinky and this finger too. Which that's the cubital tunnel, which it's essentially the same thing, but it's a nerve that runs through the arm, through the elbow. So that's, if you're having problems with the pinky and this finger, it's essentially carpal tunnel, but it's the opposite side of the arm, and it goes through the elbow. But both of my hands, I'm still having problems. I don't get the cold and the numbness so much. I'm mostly getting just pain and real stiff joints, and my fingers themselves, the hands, both hands, and it wouldn't be the actual joint, but right in between, the knuckle and where the fingers meet the hand, on both my hands, this flesh area has gotten real puffy and real swollen, and then right behind, these joints here, this part of the hand's gotten fairly swollen too. And it's gotten to the point where, like, my wedding set, if I need to take it off because I'm going to be doing dishes or want to put lotion on or something, I have to run my hands under like cold water first to try and get it to shrink enough that I can get my rings off, because it's gotten to the point where like I can't pull them off without like destroying my skin on the finger. And then, the developing of the arthritis in the toe as well. I mentioned this to my regular doctor, and she's like, we'll get some blood work done. So I had some blood work done the other day to test for rheumatoid arthritis. So we'll see how that comes back. I'll get the results for that in probably about a week, maybe 2. I'm guessing it's probably going to come back normal, would be my guess. Even though, the podiatrist has already diagnosed me, at least with pre-arthritis or developing arthritis in the toe, I could almost guarantee the blood work's going to come back normal. I've had a whole bunch, I've had other illnesses and stuff in the last year or so, and, anytime they send me in for like blood work and chest X-ray, I had a lung infection last summer. They'd always put me in for all these tests, and they'd all come back normal. So I'll be really surprised if this round of blood work actually comes back with something. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's the type of test they're doing or not the right test, or they're just not or what, but a lot of the blood work and stuff, it all comes back normal. So I guess as far as my blood's concerned, I'm normal. About the rest of me, the jury's still out. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now, health-wise. I know it sounds like I'm falling apart, and I have some days where I do feel like I'm falling apart, to be perfectly honest with you, but, it is what it is. I'm trying to take care of myself. Probably, I'm trying to make some changes, change my diet. I'm trying to still get some exercise. Although that's kind of difficult when you can't stand on your foot too long. I'm trying to, come up with exercises I can do that don't put a lot of pressure on the foot. but still keeping myself active. It's a process. It's what it is. You do go about your life, and one day you wake up and stuff hurts and stuff doesn't work the way it is. A lot of it comes with getting older. I'm gonna be hitting 30 here in about 6 months or so. That's still fairly young, but from what the doctors and health professionals say, once you hit like 30 or whatever, you start going through changes. So it's just trying to age gracefully, I guess. So I know I talk way too much on this. I'm sorry if I bored you guys, but I know people that don't see me regularly, but know somewhat what's going on, want to be kept up to date about what's going on. So I just wanted to let everybody know where I'm at as far as injuries and health and all that are concerned. And then once I get all these blood test results back, and keep wearing the boot and work with the orthotics and see what they do, and I'll go back to the doctor, the podiatrist, in about 3 weeks, and we'll see where we're at then. So I will keep you guys updated, and take care of yourself. That's all I can say. Take care of yourself. You'll last longer. You'll be much more happier. Trust me. You don't have to be like a marathon runner and eat nothing but fruits and veggies and tofu, but take care of yourself. Try to get some exercise and sleep right, and don't overdo it on the junk food. All those little things that most all of us can do will certainly pay off in the long run. So for now, that is it, and I will talk to you guys next time. All right, bye.